Once you find a goal, a dream, a vision, keep pushing your limits. Keep going. I guarantee you will find success. The reward is always worth the journey. You will feel like the reward might be far away. Far away is just a stroke away to an ear away. 1,000-mile journey begins with a step. Keep pushing. Keep going.
Nothing else is ever going to stop you from achieving your success. There's this guy that everyone knows, yeah? His name is Steve Jobs. Do you know him? Yeah, I bet everyone does. Steve Jobs was working at Apple in way before 1985, or rather, and in 1984 Steve Jobs was the CEO for Apple. Change takes time for people to adapt to, and we would not expect Steve Jobs to have gone through any different. His idea was legendary, but at the moment no one else saw his vision, no one else saw his dream. And Steve Jobs would have easily chosen to also choose to give up with everyone else, but instead he chose to look onto the next option. Why did he choose to look onto the next option? Because he kept in mind that he had his vision, he had his dream, and he kept pushing and working towards his dream and vision. And Steve Jobs ended up making Apple $1 billion company even before his untimely passing, yeah. And he still is the greatest designer when it comes to high-end devices and high-end tech, yeah. So to date, almost everyone aspires to own an Apple product, like an iPhone, a MacBook, an iMac, yeah, or a Mac Studio. You see, even in the production industries, everyone wants to use the Apple products. But years ago, no one else saw the vision that Steve Jobs had. The engineer at the time for Apple that was working on the Apple I and Apple II was called Steve Wozniak, yeah. Quite a coincidence that his predecessor was also called Steve. So when Steve Wozniak's lineup was really successful and it became a great hit, okay, so people were really psyched up to see what Steve Jobs was going to bring to the table. But what he brought to the table was not good for everyone when he brought it. But the moment he thought he was going to lose everything, the moment he thought he was going to lose his dream, the moment he thought he was going to lose the vision he had so dearly worked for, yeah, he happened to have reached a turnaround point, and that was the turning point for his life, yeah. And that is how Steve Jobs became the most successful tech designer, or rather tech guru to yet have lived, counting Elon Musk out here. But Steve Jobs was personally doing his engineering, he was personally doing his designing, and the products he came up with had to take time for people to understand and for people to accept. But did that make him waver from his dream? No. Did that make him waver from his vision? No. All he kept in mind was his dream had to be kept alive. And one day he believed so hard that his line of products would come to life. And very soon, not as soon as in other people's eyes, but for someone who is vision minded, someone who is someone who is vision sighted, someone who is dream minded. Yeah, you see that 12 years is not that much of time, you see. So during just a matter of 12 years time, Steve Jobs became the biggest tech guru in the industry. So even in his commencement speech it was on 2005, yeah, Steve Jobs said losing his job happened to be the best thing that ever happened to him. Yeah. So sometimes you might think like you're going through something difficult or something that you should not be going through, but trust me, it is going to forge you through the process, and it is going to forge your success all the way. So keep yourself focused on your dream, on your vision, and very soon you will get everything you have been dreaming and everything you have always wanted. So like Steve Jobs never gave up on his dream. If you keep working on your vision, even if you get fired from your current company or organization, you just look for the next option. Like Steve Jobs opened up his computer company Next, and see how far you can go with your vision and your dreams. So until next time, guys, check out this video up here if you want to feel more inspired and more motivated. Boy, YouTube out.